Hello everyone, this is Chris, and it's kind of become a cliche at this point in how I say that spawn in any particular type of seed is one of the most important parts of any type of world. Because without having any good first impressions, then how can you know that any other part of the seed is really good? Which brings me on to today's seed, which is these numbers right here, which has one of the most interesting types of spawns I've seen so far, because I think I've seen certain seeds have something similar to this, but I've never personally found one myself until today because, yeah, this seed has this particular type of spawn right inside of a mega cave right here. Which means if for whatever reason you want to have a specifically cave survival exclusive experience, then this seed kind of delivers on it, and delivers on it fairly well with this particular size of cave right here. But with any type of survival world, one of the key necessary things you would need is actually wood, and obviously inside of caves there's no naturally generating wood unless you count on mine shafts, but there is ways on actually getting it, and thankfully this lush cave is going to be your answer because it does spawn in with the flowering azaleas, and obviously, as everyone knows, flowering azaleas can turn into azalea trees, which can actually give you some wood. And all we gotta do is we gotta kill some of these skeletons before they kill us, which is kind of inevitable with these types of mobs right here. Oh, and one thing I almost forgot is if you, of course, get yourself a almost infinite food supply right here with these glowberries right here, and obviously they're not the best food, but they are at least some type of food to get yourself started. There it is, there's some bones. Okay, so if we place it right here and get ourselves some bone meal, then we should be able to get ourselves a little bit of wood. Well, that was super unlucky. Okay, now that we have more bone meal, there we go. Now we can actually get ourselves our first little bit of starter wood. Jeez, this is some hard-earned wood. But now that we have it, we can actually get ourselves some starter gear right here. But then when you're geared up with some basic starter things like this, then you might want to head yourself down this corridor down here, because just right next to the spawn you spawned at, there's actually an amethyst geode seeing itself literally right here. So in case you want some cave exploration and some cave things to actually see and find around the place, and that might actually be a good place to start. But if we hop into creative, then we can go down the more obvious direction in which most people will be heading into. Yeah, the big, deep, damp, dark, and huge cave in this one obvious direct vicinity right here. And yeah, I always love it when we actually find some mega caves like this one right here, which also seems to have quite a bit of layers and quite a bit of entrances up in there. So in case you were going to make this into like a cave civilization or something like that, and you want direct access to, I guess, the surface, then it does certainly have it. And in some of these lower layers, not only do you have more access to things such as diamonds, but you also get access to another amethyst geode just right here. So again, in case you want like maybe 2 geodes or something like that, then it is certainly accessible from your cave spawn. But in this one mega cave right next to your amethyst geode, if you head yourself down in this direction over here, then you'll eventually find yourself another mega cave right here. Oh, and did I say you'd find 2 amethyst geodes inside this one mega cave? Well, if you head inside of this part of the mega cave, then you'll find yourself a 3rd amethyst geode, relatively exposed to. So yeah, kind of a decent distance to head to, but in case you want more amethyst, and it is certainly here. But heading back to the mega spawn cave, if you head in this direction instead, you'll eventually find yourself an abandoned mineshaft right here. So in the case that you don't want to do that really janky way and actually getting yourself some wood, then yeah, this is totally an accessible and sort of a viable way to do it. Just be a little careful of all the stalactites and stalagmites all over the place. Almost as careful as being around this cave spider spawner right here, and just around here, just around this one corridor over here, this mob spawner over here too. So yeah, I don't think it's necessarily close enough to actually make it into a double mob farm, but it is kind of interesting how close these things almost were, along with the lack of chests inside this one mob spawner, which is kind of an odd thing. But one question I personally have is, how far do these caves and do these cave systems actually go? Because spawn was around about Y0, so if we had it in pretty much any singular direction, then we could get a general idea as to how far these cave systems can actually go out. in, on my way, just passing by two amethyst shields pretty much right next to each other. Seriously, like, there's so many in this mega cave. Oh, and if you dig yourself around just there, just that small little crevice, and you find yourself another abandoned mineshaft right here. Oh, and as I was just going along, I happened to find this mob spawner right here, which is pretty exposed, which actually does have chests this time. And I could be wrong, but it seems as though not much further past that mob spawner is essentially a dead end around the place. Without having to do any more major digging, this is pretty much as far as you can get in this one direction. And yeah, going 1,200 blocks in one singular cave is kind of ludicrous in my opinion. Like, you know, you never really know how big these mega caves actually are until you actually spawn inside one and try to go literally as far as you possibly can. But that was just me going in creative, which honestly only took maybe a few minutes at most. And yeah, the traditional person would probably go in this mega cave inside of maybe survival or something like that, which would take them much longer than what I took. But yeah, if you're looking for a new type of survival experience and a new type of survival challenge and things like that, then this seed does give you one, and does give you one in a pretty interesting and unique type of way. So yeah, let me know what you think of the seed down below. Let me know if you have any seeds yourself. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.